Hi everybody, it's Lynn Cox here, clinical hypnotherapist, rapid transformational therapist, helping people overcome symptoms of stress, anxiety, and helping them optimize their performance. Can be in a wide range of areas. Anyway, I'm hopping on today. I'm at the stairs and just getting a little bit of exercise in. It's been a busy week. I've been slow to get back to a routine of posting on a daily basis, so working on that. Anyway, I had posted something in a story, I want to say maybe about a week ago, could have been 2 weeks ago, but it's the year just wrapped up. We're at the start of a new year as well. So I do follow a lot of different publications and market research firms because I'm interested, being in communications and PR and also in the health and wellness field. I am very interested to see what's coming out in these studies. I did a little series on some of the 2022 quote wellness trends Time magazine was reporting on and suggesting that people could ditch those. There's another one I'm going to talk about, including my main topic today, which is 2023 is being noted as a year of really focusing on women's health and women's wellness needs. I'm a woman. I work with a lot of women, and I think, in some respects, I think this is fantastic. Women are different than men. We have different bodies. We are raised different. We're raised differently. We're culturally, socially different. Some people might argue that, but I do believe that. I notice marked differences when I work with men versus women, and one's not better than the other. I've just noticed differences. So big focus on women's health. So what's the upside to this? There are some trends coming out and some data that is reporting, I think, some really great movements in women's health. More and more women are saying that they prefer and are putting their dollars towards women's only spaces, specifically gyms and health clubs. And apparently a barrier to for some women in wanting to join a gym and accessing that kind of a wellness service was that they felt intimidated that there were men around. So this, more of an emerging market, and it's been over the past few years of more boutique, female-focused health centers. That's great for women who, are holding back because of, men being at a club. So we'll probably see more and more investment in that and more of those businesses opening. Another stat that I read that was interesting, and you have to take these with a grain of salt because a lot of the ways that people get their information is from surveying and research, but there's also a public relations and a marketing effort that comes behind a lot of these reports and publications. So one of them was talking about how women, it was like 23 or 24%, said that if they had a workout outfit that they felt fit really well, that they'd be more likely to exercise. Now, I don't know if that's true or not. One thing I do know, though, is people definitely, when they feel that they're looking their best and putting their best foot forward from that, visual, physical appearance perspective, confidence does tend to rise. So it's not about being, a type of body necessarily. So that was interesting. There's also a bigger trend, and I think this is great, towards women and in between the ages of around 23 up to about 50 who are managing their workout routines based on their menstrual cycle. This is one of the things I've been noticing a lot with women of varying ages that I talk to in relation to our cycles and hormones. So be it if you're perimenopausal, menopausal, or nowhere near to there, a lot of women do have physical, emotional, and psychological symptoms related to hormones. Now, on the flip side of that, there's a lot that can be done. There's a lot that can be done with therapies like RTT and other therapies, but there's more of a trend of women, altering what activities they're involved in, depending on where they're at. So that's really good, because I think that is the thing I like to hear about that is that that's people tuning into what their body is asking for and requiring. It's quite common for women in their menstrual cycle to become more tired. And so pushing yourself when you're tired isn't necessarily the best course of action. Maybe that's when you need rejuvenation, rest, and relaxation, or, gentle yoga, maybe in the comfort of your own home. Also, another one that I'm thrilled to hear about is reports that there's a big emphasis on women's sexual health from the intimacy perspective. And so lots of money going into products and services, and a focus on women being happy and satisfied in that area of their life. Some reports that were cited in a few articles I read are citing that women's reported satisfaction levels were equal to that of men, and that hasn't been the case. So it's like where we put our attention, what we focus on, things can start to change radically. Also, where attention goes, investment dollars also go. And on the flip side, where investment dollars go, then attention can go. So, a lot, companies make their decisions on what products, services, businesses, and developments to open based on market research. So, all I would suggest is be discerning, and I'm going to link this to one of the trends that Time magazine was talking about from 2022 that can be ditched in 2023. And that was the trend of, quote, diagnosing yourself on TikTok. So lots of people out there talking about different mental, emotional, and physical issues. And because people are so online and can relate to a lot of symptoms that where the cause is not necessarily a physical or medical cause, or that's not known, a lot of self-diagnosis via social media can happen. And then what happens with that, or can happen with that, is this belief that you may need X, Y, or Z treatment that, said influencers are promoting. One example that I saw is, and I'm not going to name the name, but a social media influencer personality who's got quite a large following, and she's a female in and around that perimenopausal to menopausal stage. She's been promoting a lot about how she was officially diagnosed with ADHD. Now, I'm not debating whether or not that's the case, but what I did notice about her communication was the volume of the communication related to that diagnosis, plus the urging of her follower base to, if they have certain symptoms, to go and get tested and perhaps get a diagnosis from their doctor. Now, ADHD is one of those things where the symptoms could just be that you're not getting enough rest, that you're not practiced at focusing, that you're not making certain things a priorities. So my note of caution is, don't jump on bandwagons. Like, it's never fun to have symptoms of, lack of energy, lack of focus, lack of motivation, feelings of stress and anxiety. But don't necessarily jump on a bandwagon and then be, easy prey for being sold a diagnosis or a product that you might not need. So that is in alignment with, this focus on women's health. Women represent a huge amount of spend in terms of the marketplace. So of course, companies and organizations, products, services, places will be vying for those dollars. And just look with discernment at the messages you're being sent. I'm going to talk more about women of a certain age set, because I've been working with a lot of women in more of that, what we call middle age. I think that's a horrible term for it. I think it carries a negative connotation. But, just be discerning in what's being sold to you. And a lot of the cosmetic surgery industry and like medical aesthetics, no judgment on if you're getting those or not, but look at the spirit in which you're getting them. Is it because you're afraid of not feeling attractive? Are you afraid to age and eventually die? Sometimes it's linked to a fear of death. This, this kind of shelling out of a lot of money for treatments out of fear. So with this focus on women's health and products and services, marketers are savvy. They understand psychology. So my only caution is, it's wonderful to be a woman. We have different needs. We have, we do have different considerations at stages of life. We are a different, culture in and of ourselves. But, if you're looking at a perspective of what do you need to feel good, what do you want to feel good, just kind of check in with that and see what's really meaningful to you. And if you feel like you're being sold a magic pill or a magic procedure to hang on to some kind of youth you felt, a decade back or 5 years back or 20 years back, be wary of that. There are ways beauty really does come from within. Great health, a lot of movement, good food, good relationships, and of course, pleasures in life, like having an outstanding, intimate life. Those things are all important to our overall health and wellness. So those are my thoughts. I'm going to be talking more about women in around the middle age mark more this week, because I find I'm working with more and more women in that capacity as well too. Have a great day. Bye.